Hi everyone, it's Andrew here from Western Volkswagen Edinburgh West with Occam's Guide to Electric Vehicle Ownership. This is our taking the razor through all the nonsense and getting down to the best information that you need to buy and run an electric vehicle. Now, to begin with, a disclaimer. This will be quick, it's designed to be. I will be cheeky, the answers are designed to be, and you should assume some of the calculations were done on the back of a cereal box. The aim here is not to give you a crash course in physics, give you a quick rate table, if anything. Let's bust some jargon. So, if you see kilowatts, that is the rate of charge. That is how quick we can put the miles back into the vehicle, how quickly it's going to charge. The higher the number, the faster the charger. When you see kilowatt hours, that is the battery capacity, thus your range. The bigger the number, the bigger the pack, the further you're going to be able to go. When you see AC charging, just think home. When you see DC charging, just think long journeys. That's not exclusive, but for brevity, let's stick with it. Now, I've been selling these cars for 5 years. The questions all boil down to the same four things. 1, range. How far is it going to go? 2, charging. How long does it take and how do you do it? 3, the running costs, and 4, the general care of the vehicles. So we're going to bust these open, slice them with a razor right now. First thing we're going to do is range. Now, you're going to ask me in a number of different ways, but it's going to boil down to how many miles are you going to get. Now, the cheeky answer here, more than you need. I'm going to offer a slightly different perspective with this, okay? You need to with an electric vehicle. The average daily miles driven in the UK is only 21 miles, okay? Now, on average, 1 kilowatt hour of battery pack capacity will give you 4 miles. That means to do the daily average, all you need is 5.25 kilowatt hours of battery capacity. That's it. Our battery packs come in 52, 58 and 77 kilowatt hours as it stands today. That means that our basic pack, our entry-level pack, is 10 times what you need on a daily basis. Or to look at it another way, to do the daily average in our basic pack, you're only going to use around about 10% of the battery's capacity. That 10% is important to remember, so please do. Good. Other thing to remember, you do not currently have a petrol pump on your driveway, do you? You don't. But with an electric vehicle, you're going to install a charger, which means you can top up the vehicle on any given day. Range, done. Let's talk charging. Now, charging boils down to the how long and the how do. So we're going to start with the how do I charge to show you the difference between AC and DC because it's important for the how long. So first off, AC charging. This is a unit similar to what you'll get installed at your house. It will almost certainly be a 7 kilowatt capacity. This is a type 2 end. It goes all the way from 3.6 all the way up to 43 kilowatts. You don't need to remember that, but what I want to impress upon you is this is going to be around for a while. You can invest upon this. You take your type 2 home charger, you plug it in here. That's you charging. That's it. Now, I'm going to show you how to convert the car from AC and accepting DC charge. Come in here, super complicated. This is AC mode, DC. So this is a DC charger. This is what you'll find at your UK service stations. It's got a much thicker cable, so it's always a tethered unit. This is a 50 kilowatt unit. It goes up to 300 kilowatts, so this standard isn't going anywhere. So now we know our way between the two different types of charging and when you're likely to do them. Let's get back to the question we really want to answer, which is how long it's going to take to charge, right? Now the cheeky answer here is less than an hour. Right, I'm going to offer a slightly different perspective for my cheeky answer. So, let's do home charging first. Let's remember that 21 miles is the average daily miles driven, okay? On average, you'll get 4 miles for every 1 kilowatt hour of battery pack capacity. You're probably going to have a 7 kilowatt charger installed at your house. Again, that's the UK average. So, that's going to give you about 28 miles for every hour you're plugged on. So, to get the daily average back, 45 minutes. Now for the longer journey, slightly different here. Going to introduce a slightly different dynamic, this 180 miles. 180 miles is longer than the range on an adult human's bladder when you're properly hydrated. So the likelihood is you're going to stop within 180 miles for a wee. Now, on average, you get 1 kilowatt hour, will give you 4 miles. You're going to get a 100 kilowatt rapid charger. I picked this because this is the lowest maximum rapid charge that we accept. Yeah. So, in the bare minimum, you get 100 kilowatts. You get your 4 miles back, that's 400 miles for every hour charged. That's 27 minutes back for your 180. Of course, some of our cars, particularly the 77 kilowatt hour battery pack, they take up to 135 as it stands as well. Even quicker timing. Good. So, again, less than an hour. I justified it. I'm not wrong. So, charging done, let's talk about your running costs. This is where it gets fun. Now, again, basic serial box math. Take your electricity unit rate, times it by the kilowatt hour battery pack size. Now, if, like me, you're currently suffering this painful unit rate from the cost of living crisis, this is kind of where you are, right? Now, I've taken the largest battery pack because I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be honest. If you take that, it's going to give you £26 for 308 miles. Now, let's look at the average UK car. So today is the 10th. As of today, the average miles per gallon of a UK car is 38.8 miles per gallon, okay? And again, today for the 10th of the 11th, the average cost of petrol at the moment is 1.64, okay? That gives you £58.88 for the same equivalent miles. Now, that means that the electric vehicle is equivalent to 88 miles to the gallon. Now, we've all got a crazy uncle that tells you his old Passat does that, right? Let's take it to him though, never to be undone. What if I use my secret weapon? If you've got an electric vehicle, you are entitled to apply for the Intelligent Octopus electric vehicle tariff. That gives you 6 hours at 7 pence per kilowatt at night. If you use that exclusively, you can get this down to £5.39 for 308 miles, which gives you an absolutely astounding 355 miles per the gallon equivalent, or 1.8 pence per mile. Even run your washing machine at that time as well. Let's take benefit of it. You can literally tell your crazy uncle to get on his bike. It's the only way he's beating that, or send him down to me to buy an electric car. Why not? Other things you need to take into account. There's no road tax, zero, zilch, no 165, no 520 for the premium vehicle, not a bean. So you're saving there right away. Your servicing costs, you only service these every 2 years, okay? And it's about the cost of an interim service as it stands. Now, again, here's a secret weapon for you. What about free chargers? They're still there, they still exist, and I'm going to show you how super easy it is to find them. You get yourself on ZapMap, which is one of the best resources of electric vehicle ownership you've ever seen. You can literally filter the map by free to use. I cannot make this any easier for you to save a whopping great ton of cash. Right, battery care. This is the question you're going to ask me. How much does a new battery pack cost? Honestly, I have no idea, right? But it's our problem, not yours. Again, let me offer a slightly different perspective. Volkswagen's battery warranty is 8 years or 100,000 miles, which means, given the average time that you keep a car, I am going to give you 2.46 owners worth of warranty, okay? Now, if the capacity drops below 70%, the warranty activates and kicks in. But let me ask you a question, right? Would you replace an engine to fix a faulty sensor? No, you wouldn't. You'd fix a sensor. So I'm replacing an entire pack. This is a common misconception. And what I want you to think about here is a chocolate bar. This is the battery pack. This is what it is. And these are all the modules, okay? And every one of these modules is packed full of cells. So if something happens in one of the modules, I'm going to take that module off, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to replace the affected cells. Why are we getting rid of the whole bar? You don't need to. Right, other things to be aware of. Day-to-day battery care that helps your longevity and helps you get more out of it, okay? Don't charge the car above 80% on a day-to-day basis, and there's a super simple slider that lets you control that in all of our cars. Use time charging prior to long journeys. You can program the car to charge to 100% 1 minute before you're due to depart for London. Don't store above 80 or below 30 if you're going to leave it for more than 12 hours. Again, just good battery care. We've kind of discovered this with mobile phones. That's why we have adaptive charging on Android. And finally, where possible, use AC charging instead of DC. Now, I think you'll agree that's cutting through the nonsense, trying to get down to the absolute basics. If you have any questions, you know where we are. We're well trained here and we're well positioned to answer any of your questions. In fact, bring me your fruity stuff. Bring me your weird and wonderful questions. I absolutely love it. But I hope this Occam's guide has been useful for you, cutting down the nonsense and making it nice and easy for you to compare electric vehicles and understand some of the components that are involved with running them. Thanks very much.